Had a stepdad for, every year since I was 3. 2 of them were good.
What do you mean by good?
Didn't hurt me. I've had all these guys beat the shit out of me. So when my mom, she tried to whip me with a belt, and I remember I just...
Wow.
This sounds so bad. Love you, Mom. Hey guys, I'm Kane Brown, and I'm in great company, and I am great company, I think.
We have Kane Brown in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
Country music, everything's starting to blur. I'm in my own lane.
You never compare yourself to anyone now.
All I gotta do is outdo myself. If I outdo myself, then that means I'm just gonna keep growing. But my dad's been in prison since '96.
Really?
I never really had that family thing.
Your stepdad caught you smoking once.
We were smoking behind the trailer, and then they caught us, and then they just made us.
What? That's sort of abuse, right?
And it made me who I am today. Made me stronger.
Your wife and your kids. Would you say that's your biggest success?
Definitely. I'm still learning as a dad. For me at first, being a dad was just being there for my kids because I never had that.
Were you scared to have them?
Oh, dude, kids are the best.
What scares you most about yourself?
Probably the down times, like the depression.
How do you get through it?
I didn't,
The reason why you and I relate a lot is I heard you like horror movies.
love them.
Man, that is my jam. And I don't know what it's about horror movies. Well, I heard you love horror movies and I heard you're afraid of the dark.
Yeah, both. That's why I love horror movies. Yeah, you get creeped out. Especially my house, like before I came here, my kids just left and my wife. And usually I'm like, I love being alone. But there's something about walking in my house when nobody's there that it's just like, it's eerie. And I love it. I walk around and like turn lights off. Look behind me, I swear. And look behind me. There's something about it. And then I'll be playing the game.
Yeah.
And I'm in a dark room. And I swear I see something all the time. So I'll be playing. I'm like, you gotta look over real quick. It's the best.
You're like, why do we like freaking ourselves out? Why? What is it about that? Is it because the reason why I like it for some reason is I love feeling emotion. And that sounds strange, right? But I really like when a movie's sad,
Mm-hmm.
I like it when it's sad. I like feeling that emotion. When something's funny, I like. And so when something's scary, it like feeds me.
Yeah, I'm kind of like that too, which I'm an emotionless person normally.
Really?
Yeah, like I can't really express my emotion. So there's something about like me going upstairs in the dark and just feeling like somebody's gonna grab me. You know what I'm saying? I love it. Just take off real quick. I want to learn y'all's language. Like, I just found out what a bloke was a couple days ago. And then, what did you say? I wanted the loo? Is that the bathroom?
Yeah, that's the bathroom.
All right, yeah, I want to learn that.
Wait, what other ones? Like, do you know what? Maybe you don't.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. I went to Australia. This is the funniest thing, and I hope y'all don't get upset or offended.
Okay.
I went to Australia, and I was playing Xbox. And I was playing 2K, and I was playing with all these, like, 17-year-olds.
Yeah.
And they were like, bro, when you get on stage, you have to call everybody. So I did a festival with 24,000 people out there.
You listened to 17-year-olds.
And I said, what's up? Dude, they lost their mind. They loved it. My publicist was there and she was like, oh my God. They lost their minds. It's just different languages and you don't know it until you go. So anybody that's going to Australia, make sure you do that.
They like that in Scotland as well.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm like, if you come to the States and said that to somebody, you're getting smacked.
I'm going to fire some words at you. Do you know that? A chin wag.
A chin wag. Okay, I'm going to remember this one. What is that?
It means a chat. This is a chin wag.
Chin wag. Okay, having a little chin wag.
A chin wag.
All right.
And the last one is chuffed.
Chuffed?
Chuffed. So I will leave this interview chuffed because it went so well.
Happy?
Yeah, happy.
Chuffed means happy? I got to come up with another word.
So you should get on stage and say, I'm chuffed to be
chuffed right now.
I'm chuffed to be here.
We're going to have a little chin wag.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
When I found out you were coming on, I just became obsessed with you in like a non-stalker way.
Creepy.
Yeah, I know. I mean, following you wherever you've been. Dude, your success is just mind-blowing. Do you ever sit back sometimes and just realize what you've achieved and what you've done? Does it ever sink in?
Random times.
Okay.
Like I'll be out sitting out by like the fire pit in my backyard and just be by myself, and I'll be like, "Where am I?" But Other than that, a lot of times I don't take the time and really. I'm always just focused on the next thing or trying to, outdo myself. Which I think is the key to success for anybody.
Explain that, because this is what I'm learning at the moment, right? I used to be so competitive with other people.
Yeah, you can't do that.
It's the worst.
Yeah.
But so give me your mindset on that.
So I played sports my whole career, and when I came into music and started doing the whole, which everybody can break a record. I just was talking about that yesterday. You come up with something, you can break a record, right? So when I came into music, it was all just, Kane broke this record, Kane broke this record, and then other artists started coming in and then breaking those records that I already broke. So then I was like, well, I don't know what to do now. Like, I compete with them? And at the end of the day, you can't compete like that. Like, it's just not how it works. So then I was like, okay, screw it. All I gotta do is outdo myself. And if I outdo myself, then that means I'm just gonna keep growing, because you're just doing better every day. That's just facts.
So you never compare yourself to anyone now?
Not now. And I'm in my own lane, which I will say, in country music, everything's starting to blur. But that's also what's cool about country music, is there's so many different sounds that, there's somebody for everybody.
So take me back to this idea of this emotion thing. So you said you don't really feel emotions that much?
Yeah. It's mainly like, I feel emotion, but I would say when it comes to the music world, like if I won an award or something like that, it's hard for me to like show my emotion. That makes sense? Or if something's really sad and somebody be like, oh, I did this today, I'm like, suck it up, like just move on. It's really sad at the end of the day. Like, I wish I could feel emotion. Like when my wife tries to be vulnerable with me, sometimes like anybody really, it's really hard.
What, you don't feel it, or you don't understand it?
I don't feel it. I used to feel it as a kid, and that's when you say, like, when you watch sad movies.
Yeah.
Like I'll sit there, like, normal guys, they'll be like, I'm not crying. Me, I'm like, I want you to see me crying, because you're never gonna see me cry. So I just let the tears roll if it's a sad movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that a protective mechanism, do you think?
Maybe. I have no idea. I wish I figured it out.
Because that's an interesting thing, right? Because emotion is like emotion is you sort of feel emotion every single day. So then to not kind of feel the emotion feels like it must be a protective mechanism.
Well, the only emotion that I feel is and will show is mad, which I don't want to be that guy, but that's the only one that'll ever come out.
Does it come out when you play Call of Duty?
Not really, because that's when you'll see me happy.
Only thing I say is because, Ken, I've been going through your whole life, and I've been looking at it, and your childhood feels pretty tough.
Yeah, it was a tough childhood
in lots of ways.
But I had fun because I played sports. I was out doing stuff, and it was a good time.
So explain. So where did you grow up?
Fort Oglethorpe, Georgia, and then I moved around a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Bouncing back cities, moving high schools. I went to 6 different elementary schools, 2 different middle schools, and I moved high school 6 times, but it was 5 different high schools.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's hard as a kid because you never really settled in.
Well, the good thing is I played sports, so I was, like a captain or a co-captain of every team that I went to. So I made friends quick. And that was good for me to get my music started, because when I was just posting covers on Facebook, I had all these friends from these different schools. I was like, what the hell is Kane doing? But I got my likes up a little bit, and yeah, everybody knew what I was trying to do.
What kind of sport were you playing in?
Football, basketball, baseball, and I ran track.
Wow. So you were the total rounder.
Yeah.
You ever wanted to go pro or no?
No, I wasn't good enough to go pro. I wish I'd have played golf over anything, but yeah.
So if you're traveling around a lot and you're playing sport, then how do you kind of keep friends? Because you must be. They
were just all athletes. It was who was on my team.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I wasn't really a talker. I'm not really a talker now. You're getting the most out of me right now.
Am I?
Yeah.
The more I do this show, right? This show is like about connecting with like different people around the world. And I just find people so fascinating. And I think it's interesting how people want to connect or don't want to connect, or open or not open. Like, and the more I sort of speak to people, the more I realize that a lot of people are quite introverted, and actually they don't really want to speak and want to share things. And this show, I always try and sort of open that up with people. Why do you think that you are a kind of introverted person? Why do you think you are shy in that space?
Oh, I mean, when it comes to talking and stuff, I feel like I'm the most, what's the other word?
Outspoken, outgoing,
Yeah.
extroverted
When it
person.
comes to talking about stuff, yeah. But when it comes to just having normal conversation, like if I don't know you, if I don't know like what you like, or I think that is more of a me protecting myself, because that's what I've done my whole life, is just have to kind of watch out for people and watch out for who you are so I don't get in trouble, especially where I grew up. And so that's why I kind of just don't talk.
Do you trust people?
No, I trust like my small circle. I mean, I'll trust anybody until you do me wrong.
Really?
Yeah, but starting through my career that's nobody ever knows about, like what the stuff at the beginning made me not trust like hardly anybody.
Why? Tell me, what happened?
Or just shitty signs, contracts, stuff like that. It's terrible.
Really?
Yeah.
It's crazy that with the music industry where I find that like so many people get kind of screwed over at the beginning because they don't even know what they're signing.
Oh yeah.
And it's basically like you are finding a record label, or finding an individual, finding someone, and they're saying, hey, I'm going to open this door for you, come on side, and I'm going to make all your dreams come true.
Well, the worst thing is at the beginning. Well, the worst thing is for internet stars, which for everybody that's getting started on social media right now and TikTok and stuff, that's how I got started. And you don't know how big you're going to be. So for me, I signed my deal with not a record label, just a guy. And the next day went viral.
What?
Yeah, the next day. He thought it was fake. And I was like, bro, I swear. I was like, I just went viral. It was like, and then started doing all these shows. Everything was selling out immediately. And then after like my 8th show, I was opening for Florida Georgia Line, and then I had my record deal. But this guy was already tied in, and he was getting 50-50 with me.
No ways, man.
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. So then I had to go back and talk to my label and do all this stuff, and it's been with me for years.
Who is this guy?
I'm not gonna say his name.
Yeah, we don't talk about him.
I should say his name.
We don't talk about it.
I should blare it, but I ain't going to. I don't want him to get any
I get that.
popularity.
What I love about your music, dude, is that you use your music to discuss difficult things.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got some lyrics here. You know, you wrote a song, When You Forget, which is written about your grandpa's battle with Alzheimer's.
Yeah, my great granddad.
Is your great grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
And the lyrics are amazing. And then you write another one, which is called Haunted.
Yeah.
Which is about depression.
Mm-hmm.
And the lyrics are, waking up in cold sweats, California king beds, got the diamond ring set, shoes that ain't released yet, because I'm haunted by the voice in my head. I'm haunted by the taste of that lead. I wanted to many times to jump off the edge, thinking I was better off dead. Those are pretty heavy lyrics right there.
Bars, though.
That good, man. Dude, that good.
No, but yeah. But that's easy writing. But I don't want everybody... Like, that stuff is and that's the other thing that's hard about music. Like, I could write stuff like that all day.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you mean? So what do you mean by that? Explain that to me. Like, I don't get it.
I mean, that's the headspace I live in. So it's like but I try to write happy stuff for, you know, my fans that are happy.
Yeah.
Like, why would I just write sad songs all day? That's not my fan base. That's other people's fan bases. I didn't get started off that. That's what's hard about music. You gotta, you know, I mean, my fans love that song, but I'm also, you know, with other fans, so I can't do that every
can't do it every time.
Yeah.
So for you, it's much easier to write sad than it is to write happy.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's technically how I got started with Used to Love You Sober and stuff like that. But
yeah. So talk to me about depression, anxiety. You felt that for a long time?
Yeah, not really anxiety. My wife goes through anxiety, so I can't explain it.
I get anxiety.
Yeah, she'd be able to talk to you for days. Depression is just kind of feeling like you're alone. Like you're like a gum on the bottom of a shoe. Like, it's crap. And yeah, I don't know.
How do you get through it?
Well, the good thing is it's not every day. You know what I mean? It's like, for me at least, just random times. So my family helps me a lot. If I'm feeling bad, Kate usually understands it now. So I'll be like, I need a minute, and I'll go, play a video game. Used to try to smoke, but I feel like that would make it even worse.
It's not a good idea.
Yeah, because then your thoughts go everywhere.
Yeah,
and then you're like...
And then the paranoia kicks in.
Yeah, you're like, I am a piece of shit, but now I'm really a piece of shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would basically say my kids, like, just playing with them. If I hear their laugh, it usually changes, and then just takes my mind. But yeah, video games and my kids.
Did you ever go through that shame of feeling what you were feeling?
No.
That's amazing, man. I love that you didn't do that. You're so open with it, which is great.
Yeah, I mean, it's at the end of the day, like, I'm competing with myself. I'm also battling with myself. I mean, once you realize that you have full control over your life, I mean, even down to your dreams, you just got to figure it out. I mean, it's about everything. And that's kind of why I feel like I don't feel emotions. Because, like, why would I cry? You know what I mean? It's like I'm battling with myself. Now, it does suck, like, if something happens to somebody else. But at the end of the day, you have control of that. Or you have control of how you feel, basically.
But sometimes I feel like the brain can just take over and then you don't have control over it.
Well, you're controlling your brain.
But you're saying that you still feel sad, but you can't control that sadness, right?
That's what me battling with myself. I can't get mad at myself just because, I just got to learn to try to control it. And that's what I'm battling with, is I want to feel emotion. So, like, a lot of times I see... And that's the hardest part about this is it's hard for me to explain things. Like, I can think it all the time, and then in my head it makes sense.
I know exactly what it's like trying to explain a dream.
Yes, but I can't do it. But that's just I don't know. Okay, a lot of times I just want to be happy, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, like, it's hard for me just to be happy. So I just sit there and I'll tell myself, bro, look at life, look around you, you're breathing, like, be happy, bro, be happy. So I'll try to pick my energy up. But then sometimes I feel like I'm faking it. So then I'm like, you're just a fraud. And then I start talking, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah. But I don't know. I feel like just life is just controlled. It's your life. You can do it. You can do what you want to do. And I genuinely believe that.
When you say you can't feel in the emotions, is it like a numbness? Is that what you feel?
Kind of. Yeah, there's like just no way of expressing. Like, we have a person that works with us, Nikki Boone.
Yeah.
She's like a chihuahua, bro. Like, everything's just so exciting and happy. And I'm like, I wish I had that. Or my friend Kenny, he's just always super happy. But that's why I surround myself with those people. Because, like, my emotion goes through them. They do get me excited about things.
It's amazing because it's like a juxtaposition, right? In sort of a really sort of sad way. In a way, is like you make so many people so happy in this world. Like, you make millions and millions of people happy.
See, like, you telling me that right now, I'm just like, man.
Oh, man, you've got to realize this. Are you kidding me?
It's just, I don't know. It's just hard for me. I guess it's just where I came from, I almost kind of feel like it's fake. Oh, it's so weird.
There's a great analogy which someone told me once, which is where there was a guy working at, like, he's a big banker, right, making a lot of money, and he wasn't very happy, and he went to Thailand, and he got on a bus in Thailand, and this stranger came on the bus and walked over to him and sat next to him, and they just started talking, and the guy said, "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm a banker." And he says, "Oh, you must earn a lot of money." And he said, "Yeah, I do." He goes, "Oh, you must be so happy earning a lot of money." He went, "I'm not very happy." And he went, "Okay, when you're in a rocking chair sitting on your porch, are you going to look back at your life and be happy with what you achieved?" And he went, "I don't think I am." So the guy came back to the UK, quit his job straight away. He set up a coffee company called Change Please, and now he helps homeless people like get into life.
Yeah,
it's amazing, right?
Yeah.
And I swear to God, with you, I think you're going to look back at your life when you're sitting on your porch and be like, "I fucking killed it."
I hope so.
I think you will, man, because you've made these so many people around the world so happy. Your music is just like the greatest. And you sell out these arenas and everything. That is such an amazing thing to do. And I think you will look back and be like, damn, it was sick.
Yeah. Oh, then that's also another scary thing. I don't want to live this life because life's short, So I don't want to live in this life like this and then have to look back and be like, damn, man, like, my life was so fun.
I want to go back to your childhood just really quickly because I'm fascinated by childhood. And your childhood seems like a pretty turmoil in lots of ways. I was listening to you on the Theo Von podcast.
Dude, by the way, I love Theo. I thought he was trying to set me up.
Really?
Yeah, I told him that too.
Why?
He was like,
What
I
way?
thought you hated me. Well, because he was just, I didn't know of him. And then my team was like, you're going to do an interview. I love this guy. I didn't know he was like he did comedy or anything.
Yeah.
And so he just kept bringing up race. Just kept bringing it. So I was like, bro, like, and then country music, especially at that time, was a sensitive subject.
Really?
So I was like, just trying to avoid it the whole time. So,
You killed it in that thing. I thought you did. It was great.
No, bro, I was shut down.
I didn't think you were shut
if
down.
I went
liked
down
it.
now, I told him we got to redo it because I love him. He's so funny. But
I thought you were great in it, man. I think that he threw some questions and stuff like that, but I thought it was really good. I thought it was interesting. But in it, you basically talk about when you were a kid and it was pretty tough growing up, and you said that you got your stepdad caught you smoking once,
mhm,
and he made you eat a packet of cigarettes.
yeah.
Explain this to me. What happened?
It was my cousin. We were smoking behind the trailer, and then they caught us, and then they just made us eat it. But he made me eat like bars of soap, shave my head, and these are different stepdads, by the way. Shave my head and like put aftershave on it. I remember just rubbing my head on the carpet like a dog's ass. You know how dogs.
When they got an itchy butt.
Yeah, I was doing the same thing, but with my head.
Do you find it easy to talk about it?
Yeah,
You do.
yeah. I mean, it made me who I am today. Made me stronger.
Because one would like that's sort of abuse, right? That is total abuse.
Yeah.
Right, making you eat bars of soap and making you eat cigarettes and
Yeah, but I mean back then, well, the cigarette thing, yeah. But I mean, there's so many people that have done the soap thing. Like when you say a bad word, wash your mouth out with soap. Like everybody's done that.
Where was your dad at this point?
My dad's been in prison since '96.
Really?
Yeah.
It's hard, I think, growing up, right? When maybe because I think for young kids, right, dad is the role model.
Yeah.
Right, that is the person who like shows you life. It shows you how to shave, shows you how to talk about sex, girls, whatever it is, right? And
Yeah.
everything. And if you kind of miss that because your dad's incarcerated, that's probably quite a tough thing.
Yeah, I grew up quick. I was in 6th grade basically when I say I grew up because I remember my mom getting on to me,
Mm-hmm.
and it's gonna sound so bad. Love you, Mom. But I remember she tried to whip me with a belt, and I remember I caught it. I just took it out of her hand. I said, "You're not whipping me." And what you got to think, I've had all these guys beat the shit out of me. So when my mom, she's looking up to me, she tries to spank me. I'm like, "Nah, you're not doing it." So I just took it out of her hand. I remember I had toast in the toaster. I'm in 6th grade, by the way. Took my toast out of the toaster. I didn't pack a bag. I just left and walked down the street. And I was gone for 2 days. I ended up staying at my friend Taylor's house. Went back home, apologized to my mom, and then never got in trouble since the rest of the time. But it wasn't because I took the belt out of her hand. It's just because we came to a realization that I know what I did wrong was wrong, and I won't do it again. You don't have to spank me. You don't have to hit me.
Wow.
So I never got in trouble. My little brother was the troublemaker. He did everything, and so I'd watch him. What he did, I wouldn't do. And then I basically became like the don't do this to him. Like,
Wow, that's insane because that's such a pivotal moment, right? Where you just suddenly grow up and you realize, okay, now I got to be an adult and I got to control the things around me,
yeah,
and I understand what is right and wrong.
mm-hmm.
And we got to have that mutual thing. I get it, I've done wrong, but we
Yeah.
can have this conversation and be adults about it.
Yeah,
That's a big moment.
yeah,
But that's also a young age to kind of get that sort of realization that, you know, that you can be in control of your life. How many stepdads did you have before that in your life?
Technically, everybody that was in my life was my stepdad because my dad has been in prison. So I had a stepdad for every year since I was 3. Not every year. My mom's not a hoe. But so let's see. There's 1, then 2, 3, 4, and 2 of them were good.
Really?
Yeah, one's passed away now, but 4 of them were good.
What do you mean by good?
Didn't hurt me.
Kane, I'm sorry, man.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, but I don't know why. I'm like, it feels like That's like a lot to handle as a kid. If you're being beat up by these like men who are coming into your life.
I remember my pop, like he made me, like I played baseball my whole life. So I had like all-stars and select games and stuff like that. And I remember we had the championship game and he came and said I wasn't playing in it. And then I remember my pop showing up and was like, which is my mom's dad. He was like, he's going to this damn game. And when he showed up, just seeing my granddad stand up to him, I was like, hell yeah, man. And then we went and won the state championship. But it was cool just seeing him stand up for me.
Wow. Was that the first time that someone stood up for you?
Yeah. Yeah. And my mom kind of like she would, but like at the end of the day, it's like, I think she just wanted to find love or something. I don't know.
You've done all these records, right? And you've broken loads of things and you've just achieved so much. But you also have your family.
Yeah.
You know, you got your wife and your kids.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say that's your biggest success?
Definitely. And I would say the big success is because I never really had that family thing. So I'm still learning as a dad. Like for me at first, you know, being a dad was just being there for my kids because I never had that. And now it's like Kate came in, she had a big family.
Yeah.
She got 2 brothers, her mom and dad. So they like had a normal Christmas and, you know, the full family. And I used to, you know, have Christmas. And then what I remember of Christmas, I would have Christmas and then I'd go to my room and play with what I had in my room by myself.
Really?
Yeah. And she's like, let's have breakfast and open the toys, but it takes hours. And then we, you know, just have a big Christmas. And that's the stuff that I'm like, at the end of the day, you know, I'm happy for.
Where did you guys meet?
We met in Florida. Yeah, I was supposed to originally, she was an artist. She was and is an artist. She was doing a solo thing. I was supposed to be in her music video. And that was the time that I was supposed to have my first show.
Mm-hmm.
I was on her music video and then never met. And then we ended up meeting a year later. And that's another good thing about the shitty deal that I signed with that dude because he introduced us. So without me signing that shitty deal, I would have never met my wife.
There you go.
So you always got to look at the positive.
There you go, man.
So, yeah, we ended up meeting at a Florida show. And then she was driving home. I messaged her and then she came to Nashville and just never left.
Was it love at first sight?
I mean, she was beautiful. You know, for me, it takes me time to let people in.
Yeah.
But she did message her friend and say that I'm marrying this guy.
No ways.
Yeah, the first time she flew in and we went to lunch. And I thought she was beautiful and I thought she was a sweetheart, but I thought it was like almost like it was like too good to be true. And but she had no idea who I was. And at first you don't know that. Like I just like kind of
she didn't know who you
broke
were.
viral. Yeah, I mean she was an artist, she was doing her own thing and
Mm-hmm.
and I wasn't like I was on the radio or had a record deal or anything like that. And she got drugged to my show. She didn't want to come to my show. The guy that I signed with was like, "No, you're coming to this show." And so they literally drove 6 hours. He just put her in the car and they drove 6 hours and came to see me because I was signed to him. And yeah, turns out she's literally the sweetest human being on earth.
I'm going to tell you a personal story about. I don't know why I'm telling this, but I'm going to. When I first, my wife and I, like, we were like really good friends.
Mm.
And and I used to always like feel awkward around her for whatever reason. I didn't know why, but I just thought we were friends. I thought she was the awkward one, but obviously it was because I had these feelings. And then there was this one time we went on holiday and she walked out and she was wearing a bikini. And I was like, oh my God, she's hot. Like I hadn't seen it before.
Yeah.
And then the first time we ever like hooked up, it was like such an electric feeling that I said to her, "Did you feel that?"
Nice. Nice.
Because it was like this, like I never experienced anything like that. I couldn't believe it was like this, like worlds coming together. She was like, "I didn't feel that."
I was about to say what she was like, no.
She was like, "No, I don't feel that."
Oh.
And then what does becoming a father give this to? Because I'm in this process at the moment thinking about kids. What is?
Oh, dude, kids are the best.
Really?
Yeah.
Were you scared to have them?
No, because it was with her, and you know we were married, and I mean it was like it was supposed to happen. And then I did want a boy. I will say there's nothing like Like, what do you want? Do you want a boy or a girl?
I would love
Well,
one
everybody
of each.
wants one of each,
Yeah,
but,
I want
like,
one of each.
But if you like had to say you're only gonna have one kid in your life, what do you want?
Oh man, I think I would go for a girl.
A girl?
But yeah, because okay, I don't know why. There's something about holding your little
it's a
girl.
protection thing.
Man, I would
Yeah,
eat people's jugulars to
Yeah.
like protect that little girl.
yeah. So I had Kingsley, my oldest, and when I had her, it was it was a different thing. Like I have videos of me and her just sitting in a room for hours together, just chilling. And then I had my middle child, which was Cody,
Uh-huh.
and was also a girl. I wanted the girl boy scenario, but then I was done with 2 girls, and I was like, this is awesome. But I just had my third. He's 8 months old now, or about to be 8 months old. And when I tell you, there's not a different, like the feeling of having a boy
Really?
is just completely different. Because your girl, it's like, oh, I want to protect you.
Yeah.
Fight for my life. With my boy, I'm like, damn, boy, your back's big as hell. Like, I can't wait to get in the gym, or you're the next football player or something like that. Like, I'm excited with him. Like, I want to be rough with him, but also, want him to have the best life he can.
I heard when you said you go out because you have a ranch right in Tennessee. Is that right?
No. I live on. Everybody thinks I'm on a ranch, but I'm on a mountain. So I just have
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's sick. The trees, just the landscape, it's all terrain. It's just a lot different.
And I say that you have a pool there, right, as well.
Yeah.
And you see your kids swimming in the pool, and you're just like, I never had that growing up.
Yeah.
And to watch your kids doing that is like wild to you. Right?
Well, I had a plastic pool, like a puddle. but yeah, just them swimming and all that. I have to tell my kids all the time, like, man, y'all are so damn blessed. Like my favorite story, and it's kind of sad, but it's the innocence, man. They have no idea, because me and Kate have songs together, so they see us on TV, they see us singing. And we were trying to tell Kingsley, because for her birthday, she's my oldest, we were taking her to Disney World. We were like, so you're not getting many presents this year. She's still got a lot. We're like, you're not getting many presents this year. This is your present. Not everybody gets to go to Disney World. And she's like, why? And we're like, because, baby, not everybody, can afford it. They have to pay bills and, yada, yada, yada. I was like, I grew up, try to explain how I grew up. And she hit us back with, why don't they just sing? And we didn't have anything else. We didn't know what to say, because we didn't want to be like, not every, it's not a thing. But just innocence.
I have a creepy tattoo of Peter Pan on my arm because I on it, like, growing up as a trap. Like, the reason why Peter Pan is so great is because he wanted to stay young and innocent, and that's what he wanted to do. And there's something so beautiful about not being learned about the world, just staying young and having these dreams and these desires and these aspirations, and your parents being these superheroes. It's just the best.
Yeah. I didn't have any superheroes.
You didn't have any?
I had one. My Nana was a superhero to me, in my eyes. I'd say my pop was. It definitely when I was a kid, and then once I grew up, I kind of, stuff kind of changed. But
in what way?
Well, I mean, like, everything changed for me. Like, I used to go back for holidays and stuff like that, and now it's just like, I feel like it's just like a picture thing. Everybody's like, let's take a picture, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, I just want to chill. I just want to come back and see my family, but y'all won't allow me to do that. So
that's annoying.
Yeah.
You don't say anything to them. You just say, I just want to chill. Come on, guys.
Well, no, because it's just weird saying it. But like my Nana and my aunt and a couple other people in my family, they come up.
Really?
But they also see it, so they're like, we don't blame you for not coming back. So I'm like, okay, at least y'all see that.
Is that what happens when you get to the level that you're at, which is superstardom? Does that, what you sort of said it changes the dynamics of family, that must mean?
Yeah.
Like, people are always asking for things. People always want favors. They always want tickets, whatever it is.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you this. So I lived, I'm kind of in that spot right now. I'm not going to name anybody, but so I didn't meet my dad's been in prison since 96. I didn't meet my brothers and sisters till I was 16.
Wow.
I met my brother Mikey when I was 24. And he was my DJ on tour with us and stuff. And so just telling you that, there's other people that I also met, of course, whenever I turned 16. And so I just tell you this short. I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to throw anybody on the bus. But one of those people, they did something for me, so I got to go to school. So I lived with them and got to go to school where I wanted to go at Red Bank for like 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
And so then they got the audacity because they helped me that they need a car. So I bought them a car. And then another person was like, I need help getting a house. I've known you for maybe 7 years. So I helped them get a house. And then somebody else needed rent paid. So I helped them pay rent. And then they needed rent paid. So I helped them pay rent. And then another person hit me up for rent. So I paid them for rent. And then they want to tell me I haven't done anything for them or I don't care for my family and stuff like that. And I'm like, I've known you for this amount of time.
Yeah.
You were still a stranger to me. It's like I've known people that work for me longer than I've known you. And you're telling me that you're more family than them and they can't hang out, or like they get mad because they hang out all the time. But I've known these people longer than I've known you. And then they'll go to social media about it, and then they'll start posting on social media about it that I don't like my family, and you're not my family.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like I want you to be my family. I'm trying to learn, but y'all are making it where I don't want to know. I wish I never met y'all.
Fuck, man. That sucks.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because you're trying to help, and people are just it's the dark side of fame.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how do you counter that? You just then have to push away.
Well, that's what sucks about it, is because then I look at them like they're just haters, because then they technically make themselves haters because they go to social media and start posting it, and then I can't even text you. I mean, can't even text you because you're just going to post it on social media and make me look like the bad guy. So then it just turns into, there's this cute little block button that the social media and the iPhone has created.
One, right?
So you just hit that button and then, yeah.
It's a good little button, that, right?
Yeah. Love that button.
What is the most important thing you want to instill in your kids, would you say?
I want them to be sweet. I want them to care for other people.
Yeah.
But and that's also the dangerous thing too, is I want them to watch out for snakes, which is the hard fine line. But at the end of the day, if you let a snake bite you once, it's okay, as long as it's not a rattlesnake or something. But just don't let it happen twice.
It's hard, right? Because when you've experienced so much in your life, which you have, it's hard to unlearn it.
Yeah.
And it's hard to forget and actually see the good in people.
Mm-hmm.
You almost see the bad because you've been bitten so many times.
Yeah. But when you do find the good, I feel like it outweighs the
Totally.
bad. Yeah.
If someone's listening now, right, you have a huge fan base, right? And also with this show, there's a lot of like young listeners who are listening who probably want to follow in your footsteps.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't follow right behind me.
You wouldn't?
Well, technically, I already broke down the walls, so come on.
I love that. But what advice would you give to that person who's listening now?
I'd say stay true to you. I used to kind of try and be what I felt like fans wanted me to be. And yeah, I just say stay true to you and just grind. I remember my favorite part of my career was at the beginning. I was so hungry and so like just wanted to be the biggest thing ever. And I'd wake up and just do 9 videos, just make sure I had a video every day. And then I just really learned Facebook. I wish I could learn TikTok like I know Facebook, but I just really knew the algorithm and knew what to do, knew when to post, and it's really just all about learning. So you got to study.
You're playing lots of sports, right? You're moving schools. You're a young kid. To start posting on Facebook, which you did, especially singing and performing.
Yeah.
That's like a nerve-wracking thing to do. That is putting yourself out there for like criticism and...
I didn't think of any. I didn't think
you didn't even care about any of that?
No.
Wow, that is headstrong.
Yeah. I mean, I just did it and it's my Facebook. If you don't like it, just don't follow me. But honestly, if you, at the end of the day, and I know it's hard to look at, you want people to post. I don't care if they talk crap on you. If they're commenting on it, it's going to go farther. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, even if it's bad, like you're still going to get noticed. The more people that comment or like on your things.
So what was the first song that you posted? What was it? Because you were doing covers, weren't you?
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't tell you the first song I posted. I can tell you the first song that made me go viral. Was I Don't Dance by Lee Brice. And I remember going to sleep and I had my phone on my charger and I woke up and my phone was dead. And I put it on the charger and it came on, and then I could scroll for days.
What?
But that's when I thought I went viral. But I ended up getting 60,000 viewers on the video, or 60,000 followers, and then like a couple weeks passed. When was it? Because I put an EP out.
Yeah.
And it went like number 5 on iTunes.
What?
And I was like, this is so sick. And it was like, I think it was like a month to 2 months later, I put a song out called, or from George Strait, Check Yes or No. Then that's when I actually went viral, and it was in the millions. And then my EP that I put out months ago shot to number 1 on iTunes. And then I went to Nashville, wrote my first song. We put it out. I had a dream that it was number 1. And Die Happy Man by Thomas Rhett was out, and it was like the biggest song of the year. And it was battling with that song when I woke up, and then I caught a call from a record company that morning. Yeah, so it was wild.
Kane, you kidding me?
It was crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, it didn't happen that quick. Like, I mean, I put up like, 60, 70 videos. But then it was also just the way I was promoting them. Like, I was promoting them how TikToks. I was 6 years in advance.
Really?
Like how everybody's doing on TikTok right now with their
Sure.
songs. You just keep hearing the same song over and over. I was doing that on Facebook. Can I pull up my Facebook real quick?
Yeah, I would love that, man. You kidding me?
All right.
I want you to tell me like I
There's
want to
one-
feel and hear and get everything.
There's one video that I'm gonna try and find. It wasn't about likes or anything like that. It was all about shares. So I would get on my Facebook and I would say, go share my video if you liked it. So then I would be on all these other people's Facebooks, and then all these other people's Facebooks would have 500 to, max is 5,000 friends that you can have on Facebook. I don't know if they up that or not, but so then all those 5,000 people of your friends would be also seeing the video.
So that you would share it like that the whole way across.
So this is Facebook, okay?
Okay.
How many views does that say?
42.2 million, 3.2 million, 42.2 million?
Yeah. And then the shares,
What are the shares on that?
688,000.
What is the song?
It's called Found You. But okay, and this is a perfect example as well. The song, I never did anything with it. I mean, I released it,
Mm-hmm.
and it was, we performed it at shows and everything, but it never went to radio or anything like that. And it's probably platinum now, but it was gold at the time, and I have a plaque for it. And I'm like, it never went to radio or anything. So that Facebook basically made that song gold.
So for anyone who doesn't understand, what is, if it goes platinum and gold, what does that mean?
So a gold record is 500,000 units sold, and a platinum record is 1 million, but it varies for different countries. We just got our diamond record, second diamond record for the first time,
How much is diamond?
10 million. So in country music, there's 12, and we have 2 of them. So that's sick.
Let's go, man.
Yeah. I just got, so then over here, so I got my first diamond last time I was here, which was Heaven.
Yeah.
And then, so now I got a little, we got 2 last night. So I put a little
Are you kidding me?
asterisk by it. That's the only thing I get excited about.
How many records do you think you've sold in total?
Oh, I have no idea.
If you had
With those 2 songs, it's 20 million.
Kane, do you man, that is so many people listening and loving your music, all because you had this amazing talent and you decided to start posting on Facebook and you wanted to get there. Like, when did you realize that singing was what you wanted to do? What age were you?
19.
You were 19 years old.
Yeah.
But you must have known you could sing before that.
I was that kid so I had a real high voice. I used to be able to scream and like hurt your ears. And then randomly this happened and it went low. But I used to be the guy on MySpace, dancing in the mirror to Soulja Boy and all that stuff. And I've always kind of just been like that guy. And it's kind of funny that that's how I went viral, was doing the same thing.
When you were putting your videos up, did you know this was going to happen?
No. Mm-mm. No, but I felt like if I kept doing it, that you can't fail until you stop.
Well, explain that to someone who's listening now. What do you mean by that?
You just can't fail until you quit about anything.
I kind of know what you mean. I always think that the people who, it's the people who fail in life are the ones who stop too early. They go,
Yeah.
this is too hard. I can't do this anymore.
Exactly.
But yours came a little bit quicker than most, right?
Yeah. But still, I mean, it was me waking up every day and doing it. And I was working 3 jobs at the time.
Were you?
Yeah.
Dude, before we get into our last 8 questions, which are quick fire, who is someone that you haven't collaborated with that you would love to collaborate with? And you can pick dead or alive, actually.
Yeah. Okay, there's a branch. There's a genre I haven't broken into, which is screamo, which I can't really scream or
I
do
don't
any
know
of
this.
that.
What is screamo?
You know what screamo is, where it's just like.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I would love to do something like that, and then honestly, I just feel like it would have to make sense. But screamo would make no sense for me, but
you like the idea of that challenge?
it'd just be cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
I listen to it while I work out, so it'd
Do you
be,
really?
even if I didn't release it, just for me just to have it, just yeah. And it's almost like a rage. You just get to relieve some rage.
Yeah, which is good, right?
Yeah.
Ken, man, I want to say before we go into, I've loved every second of this, man.
Oh, I have too.
I really appreciate it. And
Yeah,
look,
thank
I
you.
know that you like podcasts, maybe you don't, but for me, this has just been amazing. I'm chuffed that we've done this, man.
Yeah, I'm very chuffed.
Okay, good. I got 8 questions for you. It's quick fire. You can answer them as honestly as quickly as you want. You ready for this?
Yeah.
What's a saying or phrase that makes you smile or cheers you up?
Yeah, I'll say my kids laughing.
Best compliment anyone's ever given you?
Randomly, when my wife says I look good.
That's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Tell her she looks great all the time. She randomly gives it back.
It's when my wife says, I like what you're wearing today. I'm like, I've killed it.
Yeah.
I've killed it. What scares you most about yourself?
Probably the down times, like the depression.
Big one for you. When was the last time you cried?
Weirdly,
Mm-hmm.
when I watched the movie Whale, which was like almost a year ago now.
Wait, the whale?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Dude, that ending.
Yes.
It's when he cries.
Yeah.
Dude, it's crazy.
Yeah. I broke down. My wife's like, "Why are you crying?" I said, "I don't know. I think it's a dad thing."
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's something you can't let go of?
I would say gaming.
Yeah.
As weird as it is.
This is a tricky one. What's your guilty pleasure? What do you like that people sometimes don't like, but you like? Your guilty pleasure.
I'll go back to screamo.
Yeah, I
And
like it.
not a lot of people love it, and you feel weird listening to it with people that don't like it.
What turns you off?
Let's say bad drivers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, here's another one. What turns you on?
My wife.
There we go, baby. What do you like most about yourself?
What I like most about myself is I feel like I am just straightforward. I am who I am. Yeah. I'll tell you how it is. I'll tell you, like, if I don't want to have a conversation, like, you're gonna know that I don't want to have a conversation. I'm not gonna fake anything.
I love that. Last one bonus, your favorite swear word.
Favorite swear words, probably fuck.
Okay, and I appreciate it, man. This has been brilliant. Thank you for coming. A great company.
Thanks for having me, buddy.
Yeah.